Hello, welcome to Flower Juice. My name's John McDonald, and today we're going to make a simple hat box arrangement. Now, the hat boxes have been very popular in the last few years, and they really do make an ideal gift choice for family, friends, for if you're in a business, for customers. And the beauty of them is they give you a compact design, doesn't take up a lot of space, but it's a design that will tend to last quite well because of its compact nature. And then afterwards, people have a keepsake box that they can put some items in. So what I've done is I've used some floral foam in the base, and I've lined the actual hat box with some cellophane. So this is really just to stop it getting wet. You really need to do something. So you're either looking to find a container that would fit within this, or you line it and then fill it, but it has to be watertight. And the first thing we're going to do with our hat box is we're going to create a little collar of Gypsophila. Now, I'm slightly in two minds about the Gypsophila, but we've got an edge here on the hat box, and really our Gypsophila, I want to help soften that, break it up, and take away from that. But Gypsophila is not something I use very often or in any great amount, but it can be really, really useful. And in some ways it's been a little bit of a victim of its own success by being overused. But that's happened to so many things, and it's a shame because it slightly takes away from what things were and what was so good about them, but they're still good and they're still usable, and we shouldn't forget why they were good in the first place. So I'm just going around the edge and just putting that in. Now, the main flower that we're going to use in here are these beautiful white Naomi roses. And really what I want to do is just make a rose hat box. So like you might make a rose bouquet for a wedding, then if that was the choice for the bride, then this would be a good choice maybe as a thank you bouquet or thank you gifts for mums or grands. So take off any outer petals that are not perfect, and we just work our roses in. So there's no harm in taking off the odd petal. If it's showing a mark or it's not looking good, it's not going to get better. So it is better just carefully removing it. Give your stem a good clean cut and insert. So we're obviously removing the foliage as well. And if you're making an arrangement where everything is essentially in a dome shape, the biggest key to it looking right is just work consistently. Don't go off in different directions. Don't change how you're doing something. So this is where the turntable is actually perfect for this design, because it allows us just to make a similar turn for every flower that we're inserting. And don't necessarily think about the insertion of it. It's how the flowers face at the top is really important. So you might find one stem goes in at a slightly different angle in theory to what you would have expected, but we need that head to sit facing the right way. We're a little bit off, but the other thing as well, with a compact style, you're going to find that the neighbour will help hold the flower as well. Now, I would just say, take your time doing this. Don't rush. There's no point in rushing. But what I've got there is we've got a nice consistent collar of the Gypsophila, we've got a nice consistent row of roses on that first level. I'm just going to add a little bit of Gypsophila there. Yeah, perfect. So as you can see, we've got our first level in, and now we can work on our next level. So again, good clean cut. Check if you need to take off any sepal, and just bring your rose in. Now these little petals on the outer ones, they're really not a proper petal, they're more of a guard petal that just protects the rose as it's developing. So don't feel that you're pulling off the petals, you're really just taking away what was a protective cover. And we can have another one. These are actually quite a thick stem. They're a good rose. Yeah, I don't want to add another rose there because, or maybe I will. This is where you have to judge things, because if I add another rose here, we're obviously going to finish with a rose in the centre, but are these going to be too squashed, or is the 5 better? To me, there's a little bit of a gap. We'll go with an extra rose. And then I want a nice full rose for this centre rose. Again, just be careful that you don't break it. And that's our lovely dome of roses. And then all you need to do is finish it off in whichever way you want. I'm going to just finish it with one little butterfly, and this is really just to pick up on the colour that we've got down here and just keep it as simple as that. But you can add whatever embellishments you like. All I would say is don't go mad. It's nice just to have a touch rather than have a lot going on. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, then click here to subscribe. And if you really enjoyed our video, why not share it with your friends so that they can have a look at some of our other videos and get interested in flowers as well. So thank you for watching, and we look forward to you joining us for our next design.